What's up, everyone? Thralls Metal here once again. I'm Necrotic.
I'm Jammin John.
And we have an album review for you. So, for this last review this weekend, we want to kind of dive into the underground. We found some pure underground filth, and we are going to go over it. And it is Fleshrot's debut full-length album, Unburied Corpse. Now, this one actually came out on the 1st of August, which was a Monday, which is kind of fucking weird because we're used to everything coming out on a fucking Friday. But we wanted to lump it into like this week's reviews because, well, we listened to it. It's pretty fucking disgusting. And we like death metal, like a lot.
What are the odds, right? I know what you're thinking at this point. Who the hell are the Thralls of metal? And my goodness, death metal? That's totally uncharacteristic
silly.
of these
guys. It's ridiculous.
Stupid.
What the hell? Grow the fuck up, guys.
Really? Come on.
You're disappointing everyone. This band formed in 2019 in Lubbock, Texas. This is, again, their debut full-length offering. They have one demo, and they did one split with the band Phantasmagore in 2020. Actually, both came out in 2020. And this is just flat-out disgusting death metal. I mean, Texas's death metal scene is... yeah, it's fucking awesome right now. I mean, Ohio's got a good scene too, but yeah, Texas, man, you're doing
Texas
fucking...
is bringing the pain,
dude.
For sure. Bringing the heft. Ugh.
And now we got one more band to talk about here with Fleshrot. This is a very interesting, brutal fucking album. It pulls from a lot of different camps. Like, there's definitely a lot of old school death metal. There's also a lot of, like, brutal death metal elements. There's death doom elements, and it is all in this nasty, swampy, gross, filthy fucking package.
Starts off with the song Wrapped in Entrails, just immediate Frozen Soul vibes. Bolt thrower, riffy, sour lemon faced. I'm pretty sure my face was just like, ugh, the whole time.
Lays on the fucking groove, and man, all right. I gotta talk about the vocals on here. Holy shit, this dude is just going for it. I think he went to the Chris Reifert School of Vocalization, and it's just over the top. Like, everything's well enunciated, but it's gurgled, and there's like long growls that carry on, and like just there's like a little bit of puke.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. There's bleh all over the place. And if you know Thralls, we love bleh. But I have to say right away, the first thing that I absolutely loved was this long scream in the beginning where it sounds like literally they pushed him down like the deepest fucking well. Like, he's still screaming for a while, and they're probably just standing there like, oh, wow, this is a lot deeper than we thought.
Right? Who knew?
Oh, sorry about your luck, bud. Did he land yet?
It's like the Starlight Pit, just endless.
With less teeth, hopefully.
Yes.
Production done by Dan Lowndes of Crucimentum. Man, this guy's been doing a lot of killer albums. I want to say, I think he did Triumph or Foul, which I just went over, and that sounds filthy too. But this is really good because it kind of sets it apart from a lot of the Texas death metal acts. Like, we brought up Creeping Death, pretty sure we did. If not, bringing them up now. And of course, Frozen Soul, like, those are probably two of the bigger bands in that scene. But they kind of have like a little separate thought. Like, there's definitely the bolt throw groove. 100%. It's all over here. But there's plenty of that hardcore sort of bite to it that both bands have. But this one kind of brings in, again, like the filth, the grime. There's a lot of like incantation and fucking autopsy worship in here. And it just makes it sound a little bit different from, a lot of the death metal coming out of Texas right now. Like, it's just grimier. It's just more fucking gross.
It's like taking a field trip to the tar pits. Like, it's going to be fun. We're going to have fun. But you're not going to move very fast.
Or cemetery, or mortuary, or crematorium. Any place where there are dead people and things rotting. That is where this album is going to take you.
Now, the last two tracks are some of my personal favorites. In Filth and Pain and Haunted Visions of Sick Depravities. Both these songs really, really bring just the absolutely destructive, violent breakdown riffs. First of all, the riffs are very creative for being as simplistic as they are.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ascending and descending little crawls. In Filth and Pain has these really cool accents on the riff. But what a beat down.
Straight up like Mortician vibes.
Yep.
Dying Fetus, except being covered by incantation. Like, it's just a flat-out slam riff. Like, those songs bring flat-out slam riffs. And we were talking about how this album kind of has, like, little bit in the brutal death metal scene, a little bit in the old school death metal scene, and a lot in Autopsy's discography.
Yes.
And it all kind of blends really well because, it's just these different types of heavy and the riff work. I think, you get a lot of just primal chugging on here.
Yes.
But there's also those cool crawls in there. And, the lead work almost doesn't exist except for maybe the world's longest dive bombs.
Yes.
It's just and I swear, it's like a plane falling from 20,000 feet at least.
Yeah.
And there were probably no survivors. That's pretty much it in terms of lead work. They don't do traditional solos. It's just some Kerry King dive bombs, and then we're on to the next breakdown, or we're on to the next blast beat section, and we're here to bring the heavy and the riffs. Which none of that I have a problem with. No, bring the riffs, bring the heavy, bring the brutality. I like it.
In Haunted Visions of Sick Depravity, the last 2 minutes of this song, it is the chuggiest, nastiest, most violent thing I think I've heard so far this year. It is just simply blah. Just a crazy, nasty, descending riff into the ultimate beatdown of a lifetime. Yeah.
Yeah. No, stank face. I wasn't sure if my face would return to normal form after hearing it. And this album is really good with atmosphere, but it's how it's actually used. It's done mostly with the band itself. There's a couple of moments where you get some church bells on Draped in Entrails, which, church bells always sound appropriately evil, and it's, followed by a giant death doom break, not quite the super slow breakdown you'd expect from Incantation, but it has the intention and feel to it.
Yes.
And then some horror samples, which not sure what movie it was from, but I'm pretty sure it's a movie that Mortician has watched and probably sampled in an album before, but they didn't do it like Mortician style where it's 1/3 movie sample, 2/3 insanely brutal music. It's used more minimally, and plus with the vocals being as insane as they are, and insane in all the right ways.
Yes.
I legit love this fucking vocal performance. It's so fucking good. That generates enough atmosphere.
Like Nick was saying, anywhere from these weird screams to there's a lot of what sounds like gurgling, choking on blood maybe, and there's just a lot of ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Some ghastly screams here and there. I want to say there was one part where it was almost like a whisper, except you went like that in the microphone. It was that's kind of cool. They're trying different things, and plus the riffs all sound sinister. They're either sinister and evil sounding, or just brutal and out to cave your fucking head in. As for any negatives on here, kind of had to go searching because I really fucking dug all this. But the song Post Burial Extractions, there is this weird transition to this breakdown. It opens up kind of blasty and just aggressive, and then you get this sort of single chug syncopated breakdown. It's more like a single bass hit. It's not very lavish, and it's just sort of like an open chug.
Yeah, you get little bits of isolated drums almost, and the chug hits on the accents.
Yeah.
But there's not a lot to it.
And it transitions into, again, more aggressive stuff, and also the rest of the song fucking whoops ass. But then it brings it back at the end, it's the closing point. And I was kind of well, you didn't necessarily open with that, and it doesn't stick out as a big key moment in the song. Yeah. So that's one of those things where maybe that didn't need to repeat, or maybe it just shouldn't have been on there at all, or just use it for the little closing bit. But it was just sort of a weird thing, and honestly, the rest of the song just absolutely whooped ass. And the lead work, if you could call it that, the dive bombs, I think are awesome. But I could have used maybe one or two actual solos, ones where there's just a little bit more going on than dive bombs. There's a couple of whammy bar fucking pulls in there too, just to make it sound creepy. And I get that kind of matches the atmosphere, but maybe one solo. And it's not even a great, but this sounds like a lot of death metal that comes out of Texas. It does have some stuff on it that kind of makes it stand out, but there's a lot of stuff in here that I've definitely heard before, but it's done so well that I just don't fucking care. It sounds fucking great. I already want to see this band live because
100%.
Yeah, I might have to get a shirt of theirs because the logo's sick. The artwork's fucking disgusting if you're looking at it. I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, I don't either. The on Spotify,
it's gross.
It didn't have a real big picture, but it looked
probably for the best.
Looked kind of gross. Yeah, I probably don't want to see it.
So overall, I'm going to go ahead and give this 4 stars. I really fucking dug this. I had heard a lot of hype about the band, and yeah, I can see why there's hype about it. This kind of embodies like a lot of cool old school death metal, some more brutal stuff, and, you know, definitely along the lines of, you know, stuff like Tomb Mold and shit like that. And I like all the things that I just mentioned there, so I really like this. I think the production's fucking excellent. The atmosphere and the whole vibe of this album is just steeped in barrels of pus. I assume that's like, yeah, there you go. It's on a hot Texas day too, so you know it's gonna stink.
And it's dripping off the guitar strings.
Yeah, it's gross, but it's fucking awesome and surprisingly like really fucking catchy too. So yeah, if you've heard a lot of hype about this band like I had, definitely check this out. It's a fucking badass album.
I'm gonna give this 4.5. I thought it was fucking brilliant. Simplistic as it may be, the groove was never sacrificed. The vocals are so incredibly fun.
Dude,
they make
so good.
I don't want to say it makes it like less brutal, but they're so entertaining. I mean, just heavy, gross, nasty, filthy sounding goop.
It's a good word.
Yeah.
Gunk.
Gunk,
too,
yeah. Even post-burial extractions, which I thought might have been lacking a little bit in that riff department. It didn't really fucking matter because overall it was constant just sour lemon grossness. Man. And it just gets so violent and you have no choice but to pump your fist to it and God, you know,
King Kong swings.
Yeah, I mean really just blah, blah, blah. It was fun. I had a lot of fucking fun.
It's not even a half an hour, too.
No, it's
like,
not.
Like, you can blaze through this thing multiple fucking times.
But the production for what it is perfect for this band. Everything stands out. You can hear all the individual instruments. I love the riffs. I love every song. I had a great time. I had a great fucking time. And that's usually the sign of a good record. It's like, man, that was fun and heavy as fuck. I can't wait to jam it again. And probably definitely see them live if they come near here, and I will get a shirt. And yeah, great stuff.
We were just talking about how we're totally running low on metal shirts right now. It's ridiculous. There's a fucking famine, a drought of metal shirts amongst us.
I can't even fucking fit them all. Yeah, I need like a separate room. The next place I get has to have a walk-in closet because I'm running out of room.
Yeah. So, if you enjoyed this review, give it a thumbs up. And if you are new to the channel, subscribe because we do stuff like this all the time. We are also on Patreon. And if you'd like to help us out there, there'll be a link down low to thrallsmetal.com where our Patreon is also linked there. And you can get one of our kick-ass shirts if you like.
Next in line, Denver Deathfest. If you're not following us on Facebook or Instagram or anywhere that Denver Deathfest appears, I know we've been talking a long time about what the hell is going on with Denver Deathfest. And there has been a lot of just silence coming from us, which was unintentional, but we ran into some issues. A lot of the bands that we had booked ended up on larger tours, and some of them backed out. And while that kind of sucks, we ran into some other issues with the venue, which I'm not going to go heavily into, but we ended up switching venues, more parking, more bigger budget, a lot of things. The Denver Deathfest has been postponed until 4/20. 4/20, 2023, so April 20th, 21st, and 22nd in Denver at a venue which I have not yet heard fully announced. But anyway, still in Denver. Still the bands that are confirmed, which we should be able to announce here soon now that we've got all the kinks worked out.
Steely Dan's headlining.
Yeah, Steely Dan and...
Death Metal Champions.
Yep. Def Leppard's getting back together.
They're already back together.
Well, they're coming out to play. Sugar Ray will be there. Limp Bizkit, and Creed. It's gonna be...
I can't wait to not go.
Yeah, it's gonna be... I kid. There's great things happening, but yeah, we had to push back the Deathfest for a lot of reasons. But we wanted to make sure that we did this right. And we didn't want to half-ass it, knowing that a lot of our headliners had other things come up. So with that in mind, yeah, Denver Deathfest is coming. It's still a thing. It's just pushed to 2023. But it's on 420 in Denver. Come on.
I mean, yeah, the stars may have aligned on that one. And, of course, as always, thank you all so much for liking, subscribing, following, all that stuff. We love all the support we've gotten here. You guys keep us going. Like, that is the legit truth. I mean, we're still kind of riding high in the whole being in the liner notes.
Oh my
of it
God,
album.
I can't believe that.
I brought it up in my last review, too. I'm still kind of blown away. It's...
I didn't find out till this morning. Actually, one of our other fans pointed out, said, "Congrats on the Max shout out." And I said, "Again?"
It's insane.
We're in the liner notes. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's amazing. It just blows me away the amount of support that we get from all of you. It's amazing, and that definitely keeps us wanting to do more. So, yeah, there will be more.
Yes.
And once again, I'm going to thank you again because I'm very thankful right now. There's
Yes, I am too.
Thanks just oozing out
and
of my body.
while Nick is thanking you, I'm going to thank you. Thank you.
It's a two-way
Thank
thanking.
you all so much.
You're getting
It's
spit roasted with thanks.
fucking crazy. I think I actually did spit a little bit. I'm sorry.
So once again, thank you all, and we will catch you later.